Good morning. I was going to talk about why I like this cream makeup especially for mature skin. I'm 59, and I like this makeup because it's light on my skin and it's super easy to blend. Here's the deal: if you're going to put a bunch of really good skincare product on your face, you don't want a bunch of powders absorbing it, and that's exactly what happens with traditional liquid foundation. It goes on liquid, but it dries powder, and then it tends to absorb all that you have already put on there. So this cream makeup, not this stuff right here, this is Anastasia's concealer, but my foundation itself is from Saint. I just have really enjoyed how it blends and how it feels on my skin. For some reason, I sweat on my face. Like, my whole body can be just fine, but my face sweats, like under my nose and right here. And I don't sweat with this stuff. I mean, I'm not talking like I sweat every day, but I'm saying if it's hot outside, that's where I get my perspiration. But I like how light this feels, and I like that it's compatible with my skincare that I'm using. Okay, so I just put on the basic foundation right now. And then I'm going to go in with a perfector sponge, and I'm just going to blend it all out. That's another thing, because it's cream, it's so easy to blend. Sometimes with powder, it sets, especially if you use a primer, and then all of a sudden it's hard to blend because it is set. It is like done, set in stone. So contour, people ask me all the time, like, why do we need to do that step? You don't need to. You don't. But here's the beauty of it. Contour can actually give you a facelift because you are basically shadowing or sculpting out what you want. Okay, so I am pulling up the cheekbones. Gravity is not our friend when we get to be a certain age. And so it literally can kind of define your face. So there's lots of different ways to contour. You just kind of figure out what works best for you. We can have that little saggy thing down there, and so you can put some contour down there to kind of shadow that area. You can also use contour to really give you a jawline. If you have lost your jawline for whatever reason, age, weight, doesn't matter, you can actually use that and blend it so that you can have a jawline again. Now this is just, this color here is called indigo. And I know that it looks like mud, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, girl, that looks terrible. Trust me, when it's all blended, you're going to love it. So the reason why I didn't put it all the way up to my hairline is because of how I'm blending. See, I'm blending it up. If I put it right at my hairline, then I have nowhere to really move it. Okay? You want to make sure you get all of it super blended. This brush I'm using is the blunt end of the powder brush, which I like it because the bristles are super tight, and it just keeps your makeup in one spot. You're not using a big fluffy brush that's taking it everywhere. Okay, so now that I have blended that out, doesn't have to be perfect, then I'm going to go in with bronzer. Okay, so bronzer is important because bronzer actually gives you warmth. You can wear bronzer without contouring. I happen to be on TV today, so I'm doing a full face. And bronzer to me just kind of gives you that color of, say, a summer tan without having to use it. See how I'm putting it down a little bit farther than this hairline up there, but I'm not coming into this center space because that is what I want highlighted. I get hair that sticks. Because my face at this point is still creamy, I haven't set it yet, my hers tends to stick to it. Until you set this stuff, it's super easy to move it. So now I'm going to use a little fluffier brush, and I'm just following the pattern of where I put it. I'm not swirling to go crazy big areas, but I'm still blending it up and out. Okay, Whoops. Not quite. Okay, so once you get that, if you feel like it's gone too far under your eye area, you can just come back in with your sponge again. You haven't set it yet, so we're good to still move it. Now, when I put my original foundation on, I did not put anything in my cheeks because I don't want to layer colors on top of colors that don't need it. It's not even going to show, so I didn't even put makeup there. So sometimes people think, oh my gosh, all these steps. No, you're not actually putting all of that on top of each other. Some areas you are, like I'm fixing to do my cheeks, and so I need to put some color kind of on top of things. Doesn't necessarily have to be that way. We find the flavor that we want today. So it comes in palettes like this, and I just choose what I like based on what I'm going to wear. Okay, so today I'm going to wear Hollywood, just kind of a light coral pink kind of family. And I'm only putting it right kind of in the apple because I don't need to cover my whole cheek. I already have contour and I already have bronzer there. I'm going to take that same, this is the blush and bronzer brush, and I'm taking that small end and just blending it really. Okay, and that's it. Now I'm going to do, this term is called baking. I didn't make it up. But basically what you do is you take loose powder and you take some sort of a sponge and you're just matting the powder in underneath your cheekbone. Okay, and then you're just going to leave it. You're not going to blend it out right now. You're just leaving it. You're kind of letting your skin kind of absorb it. I'm going to go under my eye and do the same thing. And we'll blend it all out later. But for now, while I'm going to work on other parts of my face, I'm just going to let this bake. Eyebrows. This is a pencil from NYX. Now, as we age, we lose volume and things tend to fall down. My eyebrows have been tattooed, but it's been a long time. And they need some love, but I'm not ready to go in and get that done yet. So I'm going to draw a little bit higher than what they are, and that's to help pull the eye up because it's like a cheap eye lift. Eye lift surgery is like all the craze. A lot of people do it to give their face kind of a new, fresh look, you know, like that. But you can achieve this with your eyebrow placement and pencils. So I just drew a line under it, kind of following the outline, and then drew a little bit above it just to fill that in. And then I'm just filling in this middle part. So I'll put one on and then I'll start on the other one, and then I kind of go back and forth making sure they look somewhat even though I do have one that's higher than the other. But I think eyebrows are they're really important, especially I know when I had cancer and you lose your eyebrows, like, wow, that really matters to the balance of your face. So if you're not happy with your eyebrows that you like or that you have right now, I would suggest going and seeing somebody that does eyebrows, and they can give you some suggestions, or you could maybe have them reshaped, or you could have them tattooed the way you like. Honestly, the eyebrow tattoo is such a good idea because it's kind of, you're done. I don't have any hair necessarily that I need to like set it with gel and stuff like that, or a wax. A lot of times people use those, but I don't have enough hair to do that. Okay, so I'm going to leave that alone, and then I'm going to come in and I'm going to, where's that brush? Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to add a little bit of concealer just underneath it, just to give it a sharp line, and to also take out any color that I have on my eyelids. We tend to have somewhat of it's thin skin and it's pretty veiny, so we can tend to have like a blue undertone, which makes your eyeshadow look a little off if you don't just kind of neutral it out. So that's all I'm doing here, is just putting a little bit there, and then I'm just gonna tap it in. Doesn't have to be, it does need to be a good line under your brow, because you're kind of highlighting that area. And then whatever, you're gonna start up there, and then you're just pulling that color down. And if you happen to get it too close and you ruin the eyebrow shape, that's okay. Go back in with your pencil and just fill her in. Okay, so I've already put a lip balm on my lips, which makes the pencil move a lot easier versus on a really dry lip. So I'm just lining just the outside. This is KKW Beauty, whatever. I don't even know if you can get this color anymore because she has changed her line. But it's basically any nude shade that you have is gonna work. I don't really love the shade by itself because it comes off on my lip a lot more orange than I want, but it's okay for a base. Now, I have a lot of blue undertone in my lip, and that tends to make the colors different than what it looks like when you first put it on. So see what I did right here? My Cupid's bow comes down kind of low. While I still leave it, I'm just gonna go over it just a little bit and pull it up. That just pulls your whole lip up. Lost the cap. Okay, so then this you can get. This is an eye pencil. It's from Urban Decay. It's called Whiskey. So don't look for it in the lip pencil. Look for it in the eyeshadow or the eye pencil. I'm just going to go over it, and I'll show you why. I probably didn't need to do the first step, but here we are. Okay, so it's not pretty at this stage. I know. So then I'm just going to take a lip brush and I'm just going to blend it, but I'm not going to pull it all the way into the center. I'm kind of going to do an ombre. Okay, so it doesn't look finished. I know. The Saint collection, there's a color called Frenchie. It kind of has a peach undertone, but I'm just tapping it into the center and moving it around with my finger. So you still have a little outline, but it's not an overall color. It's kind of a blended. Okay, so then I'm going to follow up with probably a little bit of gloss, because on TV it tends, your mouth your lipstick can get kind of dry because you're talking all the time. Just tapping a little tiny bit of gloss right in the center. I'm not a huge glossy lip gal. I don't know, I just don't really like it. Okay, moving on to eyes. Okay, with the eyeshadow brush, this color is called Leo. So my palette on my cheeks and lip today is more in the kind of peach warm tones. So I'm just placing this color right above the brow, right where that, not in the pocket, but right on that bone. And then I'm dragging that color underneath and pulling it up almost to an arrow. Okay, I haven't blended it yet. Did the same thing on this sister over here. This is a really good shade to pull out the color of anybody's eye. It's a color anybody can wear. So it's kind of more of a neutral. I'm going to turn the brush around and I'm going to blend it out. So you see the importance of that highlight that's right underneath the brow. I don't have to put any shadow up there because it already has that on there from when we blended it out. Okay, put that in there. And then I think I'm going to use Cocoa. I like Cocoa. It's in the brown family. Yep, this is Cocoa. I'm just going to use a little bit on the outer corner. Again, right at that brow bone, and I'm meeting it like almost like a little less than, greater than sign from the corner going up. Okay, blend it out. Now the other side. If I'm rushing y'all, it's because I can't be late. I don't know about you guys, but construction sometimes is like, surprise! And we go on air at a certain time, so I have to be ready. Okay, now I'm going to take, this is the etch brush. I like this brush because it's flat, okay? And I'm going to go in with cocoa again, and I'm just going to line the underneath. Somebody once commented, a guy, I thought it was funny, he goes, how is it that women just always are jabbing at their eyes and they never even flinch? Because I'm sure that guys would have a hard time if something was coming at your eye. And I thought, you know, we're so used to that. If you've ever had your makeup done by somebody, like, you really have to concentrate on not blinking while they're working on your eye. If you've had little girls that have been in dance and you had to do their makeup, and you're like, sit still. Okay, so it's just smeared it out. Now I like, this is, it's a liner, gel liner from MAC, and I'm just going over it. I'm over it. Pulling it out a little bit past my eyeball. This color's called Drift, and it's just, it has a little shimmer, and I'm just putting that on right on the inner lid. Now I'm just gonna clean out, before I do my lashes, any of that powder that was baking, just blend that out, okay? Lashes. Okay, so I'm gonna put a little bit on my upper lash. Even though I'm gonna wear lashes, I always tell y'all this, I like to put a layer of mascara so that the lashes have like a little shelf to sit on, because I put my lashes on top, not underneath. There's other techniques you can do where you can put them underneath, but I've just always done it this way, you know, when you kind of get in a habit and you're like, yeah, this is how I do it. So the lashes I use are Lilac Street, and if you watch their videos, their glue is like a mascara because their lashes are intended to last for several days, like up to a week, you know. And so you put your glue on like a mascara, and then they actually show you how to put the lashes on from underneath. Again, I use duo glue that you can get like at Ulta or a drugstore, and I take them off every night. So I just put them on top. It's just how I've done it. So I'm using Great Lash on the bottom because I'm trying to avoid little tracks, but I don't like the brush that it comes with, so I'm using my Tarte brush inside the Great Lash tube. Okay, so I'm just gonna, here's the duo glue, and I'm just gonna put a little drop on this, just a lid of the eyeshadow, any eyeshadow, I'm just so y'all can see it. Put that there, and then I'm going to use some tweezers like this. I'm going to grab one of the lash clusters, looks like that, dip it in the glue, looks like that. And I'm going to start from the outside corner and work my way in. I do that because if you start from the inside corner, first of all, these lashes are an 18 millimeter length, so you don't want them that long on the inner corner because it will touch the inside of your nose and it's annoying. It's not really that natural looking either. So I'd start from the outside and work my way in, and then if I need a lash towards the inner part, I'll put on a smaller length. And here you have the finished look. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.